Hey, I'm going over the notes that I went over in class on Wednesday. Okay, so this is me making a video in case you missed class or you missed something that I said. So this lesson is about using quadratic graphs to model profit. It's very similar to what we've already been doing as far as using the curve to talk about maximum height and all this other stuff. But now we're talking about money and making profit. Okay? So one thing you need to know is what is a profit? So a profit, basically, if you go into business, it takes money to make money. So a lot of times you have to spend some money or invest money in your business, and then your goal is to sell your product or whatever you're doing so that you make enough money not only to get the money back that you invested, but then to get more money than you invested. When you get back more than what you invested, that's what a profit is. Okay? So, real quick, so let's say I'm going to start a catering business. And since I'm good at baking, I'm going to bake a lot of cakes and then I'm going to go sell them to make some money. So in order to start my business, I first need to go to the store and buy groceries that I need to make cakes. So I'm spending money. Once I make all of my cakes, then I sell them, trying to make money. And depending on what I sold, I may have made a profit or I might take a loss. Okay? So I'm going to put positive, negative. So let's suppose it cost me $300 at the grocery store to buy the things that I need to make cakes. So I make all these cakes. So let's say now I make cakes and I start selling cakes, and so far I have sold $125 worth of cakes. Well, if I only sold $125 but I spent $300, so far I have not made a profit. I've taken a loss. So I am at negative, was 300 minus 125. That's going to be negative 175. Okay? So when you're in a negative, you take a loss. So let's say I sell some more cakes. I'm sorry. Same scenario, draw a line where I spent $300. And let's say when I sold cakes, I made $300. Well, right now I have zero profit, but I didn't lose any money either. So when I get back the money that I spent, this is when you break even. Okay. Now, one more scenario. So let's say again, after spending $300 at the grocery store, I sold cakes and I was on my hustle. And I sold $500 worth of cakes. Well, take 500 subtract from 300, and since I sold more than what I spent, I'm on the positive side, which means I made a profit, and the difference is $200. Smiley face. So that's the profit that I made. Okay, so that's just giving you a general idea of how profit works. So now let's look at it in terms of a quadratic graph, in terms of the parabola. So same parabola. What you notice is you still have a vertex. Your vertex will still represent the maximum. But in this case, it would be the maximum amount. Sorry, not maximum, to break even. How many need to be sold to reach maximum profit? And what is the maximum profit? So your x coordinate is how many you need to sell to reach maximum profit. And your y coordinate is your maximum profit. Okay? Your y-intercept is still your starting point. Notice the parabola starts here. It's still your starting point. But as far as profit, you start off with the money you invested. So that would be your y-intercept, how much money you originally invested. The x-axis is where you break even. So let's look at this x-axis right here. So anytime your point is on the x-axis, That means you broke even. Now notice this graph has two x-intercepts. You got your first one and your second one. Well, you know how the x-axis is a number line. So the second one represents more items than the first x-axis. Okay? So the first x-axis would be the minimum amount to break even. And the second x-intercept would be the maximum amount to break even. What you talking about, Miss Speight? Okay, so how about I do this? All right, so here's your y-intercept. So remember in my problem, I said that I went to the store and I spent $300 to buy groceries so that I could make my cakes. So this is my y-intercept, my $300, because that's how much money I invested in my business, okay? So let's say I sold 25 cakes right here. So at 25 cakes, I broke even and I did not make any money. See how that point is 25, comma 0? I didn't make any money, but I didn't lose any money either. I got the money back that I spent. Now, as I'm selling more and more cakes, going up the curve, up the curve, up the curve, my income is increasing, okay? And so now right here at the vertex, so this will be the maximum amount that I can sell to reach my maximum profit. So let's say after selling 50 cakes, I made $600, okay? After selling 50 cakes, I made $600. So that's the maximum amount of money that I could make after selling 50 cakes. Now notice that the curve went up, but now it's coming back down. Why is the curve coming back down? Well, after I sell 50 cakes, I have run out of cakes. You feel me? And now I have to go back to the store to buy more ingredients so I can make more cakes. So now I have to spend the money that I made in my profits to go to the grocery store to make more cakes. So right here, the more cakes I sell, that's money cutting into my profit, okay? Until I hit the x-axis again right here at the second x-intercept. So let's say at this point right here, I sold 75 cakes, but now I'm back to 0 again. I don't have any money because I had to spend all the profit that I made to make more cakes. Okay, kind of see how that works? Lightweight? Hope so. So let's look at the next screen. Okay, so we're going to read each statement and then determine which of the values on the graph will represent the situation. For each one, would it be A, vertex x value, B, vertex y value, C, the first x-intercept, D would be the second x-intercept, or E, the y-intercept. Okay, remember y is where you started. That's on the second screen. So y is your starting point. Start. Your x-intercepts is where you break even. Break even here and also here. And then the vertex is a maximum profit with maximum number of items. With max number of items. Okay, so number one says that Ross invested $200 in his business. Circling the keyword, he invested $200. That means he started out with $200. So that would be E, which is the y-intercept. Number two, in order to break even, Sheila has to sell at least 200 items. Keyword is break even. So to break even, she got to sell 200 items. That's going to be my first x-intercept. That's C. Number three, the most money Harry can make is $1,300. Keyword is most money, which means we're looking at the vertex for maximum. Now, is it maximum X value or maximum Y value? Well, it's going to be maximum Y value, which is B. Remember that X stands for number of items, okay? And Y is always your dollar amount. Dollar amount, okay? Number 4, when Ray sells 1,200 items, circle that, he starts to lose money, okay? So Ray then sold a lot of items, but once he sold 1,200, he's losing money. Losing money means going past breaking even. So you want to look at the intercepts. So I'm looking at point D, thinking he then sold a lot of items. But once he hit 1,200, now he's going to lose money. It's going to keep going down, okay? Although, if you also chose C, I can understand that because he might have sold 1,200. Sorry, once he sells 1,200. So yeah, once you sell 1,200, because it can't be here, because if it's here, then more than 1,200 means you're making a profit. So let me scratch that. That's just going to be D. Number 5, how many items does B have to sell to avoid a loss? How many do you have? Now this one right here, it just depends. It could be D or C to avoid a loss. So if all that person sells is this many items, they didn't make any money, but they didn't lose any money either. If they keep selling more, they made money, and then they keep selling more, they're going to spend the money that they made, but at least they won't lose any money. So either of these intercepts is okay for number 5, okay? And number 6, Bobby sells 17 items, and this maximizes her profit. So maximize profit. We're looking at the vertex. Remember, vertex is your keyword for maximum. And for vertex, is it X or Y? Well, since it says items, and we know that X represents number of items. Okay, so I want A vertex at the X value for number 6. So let's talk about keywords. What are some keywords that let you know what you're spending? Let's see. Uh-oh. Darn it. I forgot. Let me copy and paste real quick. Let me go back to the other screen and copy and paste the part about keywords. Uh-oh. Where is my little copier thingy? Right here. Screen capture. Sorry, y'all. I got you. I got you. Pow. Pow. Snap. Crackle pop. And then let me get this. Pow. Pow. Hold on. I don't want that. I want this. Pow. 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 Okay. Here we go. Go back to this screen. All right. So, what are your keywords or terms that lets you know what you're finding? So, vertex. When it's X at the vertex, let's see. X at the vertex was A. We knew it was A because it was number of items to maximize profit. Number of items to max profit, to maximize your profit. And then I gotta make it fit in that little box there. Bam, bam. Okay. Now when it's Y at the vertex is your max profit or most money made. Okay. So that's your Y at the vertex. Remember, X is number of items and Y is money made. Make that fit. Pow. Your X-intercept. X-intercept is where you break even, or when it says start to lose money. All of that is your X-intercept. Let me make that smaller. Boom. Make it fit. Splat out. Right? So anytime we say C or D, avoid a loss, start to lose money, break even. Those are our keywords for X-intercept. Okay? Y-intercept, this is money you started with, money started with, or money invested. That would be your Y-intercept. Make that fit. And boom. And that goes there. Okay? So I hope this helps your understanding of using a graph to talk about money and making money and losing money. Always remember the picture can go with your problem. Okay? Especially my visual learners, make the picture fit with the problem. And that's the end. Yep. That's the end of today's notes. If you have questions, don't forget to come see me or send me a message. Bye.